So we're already really fond of the Rea Azalea chair. The standard Rea Azalea is a brilliant multi-user wheelchair because it's got lots of adjustment built in. This is a standard Azalea backrest, minus its cushion, and there is a bit of adjustment, but it's one of the areas that's a bit of a challenge on a Rea Azalea is the seat depth. So there is a solution though, which gives you even more adjustment. So just as a reminder, we've got the armrest bolts from underneath the chair loose deliberately at the moment. So the chair is set to 19 inches wide, or 480 at the moment. We've got plenty of adjustment built in, so we'll widen these arms out. We can obviously fit a bigger cushion, secure the backrest, the armrest bolts. We've got 22.5 inches, 570 millimeters, so huge amount of adjustment. We will talk about bringing the seat width down in the next video. That's for another day with the hip guide kit. But today we're going to talk about the backrest and the seat depth. So this quick release backrest is incredibly adjustable. So here we are, we've got the brackets ready to receive. That backrest is now secured, and instead of being a fixed depth, we can make huge adjustments in the seat depth. So we're going to check where that's up to at the moment. Yes, at the moment we've got just under an 18-inch seat depth. We have got potential by reversing the brackets to add an extra 2.5 inches, so almost 21 inches in seat depth. We're now going to show you how to achieve a shorter seat depth, just using the spanner that comes with this kit. I'm going to pop the brakes on, the chair doesn't run away. Now we loosen off these bolts at the back. So this is something that can be performed to your specification before the hire in our workshop, or it's something that most OTs and physios would be confident to do as well. And that is, we're going to take it to its extreme. I'm going to refasten it there. I'm doing this with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed, so that's why I'm a little bit clumsy. So you can see how just in a matter of seconds we've drastically reduced the seat depth on this chair. I'm just going to recheck that. And we've taken that straight down to 15.5 inches. And what you sometimes find is if you go down to the Azalea Minor to get the short seat depth, the hinge brackets might be a little bit narrow at the back. So this is a really good platform. It's a 19-inch Azalea. We can go from 22 inches wide, almost, down to 14 inches using the hip guides, which we'll show you at a later date. And then we can go from 21-inch seat depth down to 15. So huge amount of variation. There is an extra bracket kit, so we can potentially mount that in here and come even further forward for say a 13-inch seat depth. Rea Azalea has got a certain degree of recline anyway, just using the backrest recline release. You can achieve a little bit more recline. I'm going to spin the chair around now. So these two mounting points here, we've got potential to achieve a few more degrees recline by mounting this bracket slightly off. We've also got very adjustable laterals which swing out of the way, so if you don't need them they just sit. The lateral itself can be adjusted, but then its initial starting point can be adjusted. So we just simply slacken off this bracket here, and we can then bring the outside bracket out, give you more width. So on a standard Azalea backrest, there's limited height adjustment on the backrest. So if you have an unusually tall patient, it can be sometimes hard. You can offset the cushion slightly, but you don't get the full support. Whereas on this backrest here, the backrest is mounted on channels, so we're going to pull the strap out of the way. and that exposes the mounting point for the laterals and also the mounting point which controls the height of the backrest. So I'm going to place a hand underneath to stop it dropping. You see as I slacken the bolts, the backrest starts to move. And then once I've got the bolts loose, I'll show you some of the height adjustments. So we drop the backrest right down, and then we can move it right up, like so. And that's set at a higher position. And of course, if that adjustment isn't high enough, you've got a huge amount of extra height adjustment built in by moving these brackets. So these brackets could lift up, the backrest lifts with it, and you can give really good mid and upper back support. For hygiene, after the rental, the chair is returned, everything can be laundered, so you can very quickly remove these straps here. All the backrest folds forward, we pull out the cushion, and you can wash the cover really quickly and easily. So again, we'll all be very familiar with the standard Azalea headrest. We haven't got one in the room here, but you can sculpt it slightly. This headrest that we've got shown on the Dreamline back has got a lot more side support, so you can come in really close. And also you've got a lot more adjustment in terms of angle forward, angle backwards, height and so forth. The way we've mounted this one is centrally on the backrest, but as you can see, there's quite a few options for different height and offset the mountings and so forth, so you can have the headrest offset. As you can see, it's got a ball socket there which we can pivot the headrest different angles. You can really sculpt the way you offer support with this headrest. So with so much adjustment built into the seat depth and potentially the seat width too, the leg rest can sometimes be a challenge on the Azalea. So we have got, this is a fairly standard length leg rest. It will go quite a bit longer, but limited in how short it will go. So we have got specially shortened Azalea leg rest. You can see it's a really short one. So for transferring the patient, you want the chair really secure. So you've got these brakes by each wheel and they just lock up like that. But a couple of other braking options which work on a hub brake principle. So you can simply squeeze them like so and they will lock into place. They're not quite as secure as the locks that we showed you first, but they're ideal for stopping the chair. On the left hand side, you've got this little finger grip here. That controls the recline. On the right hand side of the chair, another finger grip, and that controls the tilt. So the rear Azalea is also very, very friendly for the carer as well. So we can simply lift the handlebars up. Yeah, so very easy to move the chair in and out of buildings.